Candace Owens has gone off the deep end. Astral projection, third eye, sleep paralysis. It is not normal, and they are all demonic. Candace Owens has been a hot topic, and let me be very honest with you guys. I did not want to jump on this train that has been so popular on social media today, but I do have to speak about this because it's come up my alley in the sense of Candace Owens has said that her and Charlie Kirk used to talk about their third eye, astral projection, and sleep paralysis. Now, some people have said Candace Owens has gone off the deep end, and when she's talking this way, I would say that she's definitely listening to some spirits that can take you off the deep end. Now, I think she claims to be a Catholic. I don't know the inner workings of her belief system, but I will tell you this. Astral projection, sleep paralysis, third eye are all occult terms, and they are all demonic. And if you are astral projecting, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble in the realm of the spirit.
January 22nd, I posted a TikTok about Erika Kirk, and the video did very well. On the 27th, I posted another video about Erika Kirk, and did very well as well. The day after I posted the second TikTok, I get an email from a PR team allegedly reaching out for Eranos. I don't know how to say it. They say that's who founded Unique. They go on to offer me the deal of a lifetime, wanting to help me start my own makeup line with them. They cover all the costs up front. I looked into this company, Unique, a little more. The owner of Unique is Derek Maxfield. Now let me take you back to September 10th. 1 hour after Charlie Kirk incident happened, a private jet took off with the tail number N888KG from, I think it was Provo, Utah. They turned off their transmitter, allegedly, in the air. Whatever, long story short, it got a lot of attention really fast. So the owner of this plane comes out and makes a statement. That man's name is Derek Maxfield. Why someone allegedly connected to that makeup company reaching out to me 1 day after I posted a TikTok about Erika Kirk? What? So it could be a coincidence. Allegedly, this is just my opinion. I don't feel like it is. What do you guys think? I think it's kind of weird.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Erika's Tech. Today's video is about a story that has completely taken over political media in the US. Candace Owens, Erika Kirk, and the growing controversy around Charlie Kirk. This is not about internet drama. It is about power, influence, royalty, and how personally issue can explode into public political battles. So let's slow it down, remove the noise, and break it down clearly. What was said, why it is matter, and why is many Americans are reacting strongly to this moment.
Okay, love me some Candace Owens, but excuse me? On her episode the other day, she just casually mentioned that she can astral project, and that Charlie could astral project when he was alive, and that he had a third eye. Come again? That's some really dark new age stuff right there. It actually reminds me of Genesis 3 when the snake was like, hey Eve, God told you not to eat that fruit because he knew that if you did, you could be like him. You could be like God, where your eyes are opened and you would know good and evil. Adam and Eve were kicked out of the garden because they tried to be like God, in a sense, in some way that God never intended for them to be. And astral projection is kind of like that. It's like trying to have out-of-body experiences to gain greater like consciousness or wisdom or whatever. And it's just, it's really creepy. It's not okay. Candace claims she's a Christian. She's actually a Catholic, which I have another issue with. Praise to Mary and saints, I guess. That's not biblical either, but okay. But yeah, I'm not loving this new revelation that she's giving us about Charlie. She's also mentioned that lights would flicker sometimes when Charlie walked past them. That's weird too. I don't know if I'm more weirded out about the fact that Erika is talking about Charlie like he's some spirit guide, or Candace talking about the fact that Charlie was some gifted kid who made lights flicker, who had a third eye and could astral project. I mean, come on, you guys.
Charlie Kirk had visions that somebody was going to kill him, and it took a while, but eventually he realized that it was his wife, according to Candace Owens also. They were in the GATE program where they're like testing if you have psychic abilities. And Candace Owens said she was really good at doing puzzles, and that's why they thought she was a psychic, because she could put the puzzles together really fast. I don't know about that. I don't believe the GATE program because I wasn't in it. And I believe if anybody's psychic, it's me. So if the GATE program is real, then I would have been in it, and I was not in the GATE program. So I just don't believe it. But also, Israel, Bibi Netanyahu offered Charlie Kirk $150 million and I think also $1 billion to take Turning Point to the next level. He refuses it. He dies like a month later. And then his wife and her ex-boyfriend from years ago when she was trafficking children in Romania accept the money. They take the money and now ignore that. It's so fucking cold. I have to put a blanket on my wall. They are taking the money and I'm pretty sure they're trafficking college kids. They're doing something. I don't really know. Ask Candace. That's why I have her as my profile picture. But I'm honestly really concerned. I'm really scared for our nation's safety. I hate Erika. And she's born on the same day as me, so I know she would do.
Did you guys see Candace talking straight to Erika? She looked straight into the camera, calling out Erika's lies one by one. She zeroed in on this mysterious guy named Pierre from France, and Candace explained that during her 4-hour meeting with Erika and Justin Strive, both of them claimed that they had no idea who this Pierre character was, okay? They had no knowledge, they've never heard of him, like they gave her blank stares. But Erika already knew that that was not true. She walked into that meeting fully expecting them to lie, because she already knew they had met with Pierre and did know exactly who he was. And now she says she has verifiable proof they lied straight to her face. So the obvious question, why lie about meeting a billionaire donor? Is there something darker? Well, apparently Pierre knew about Charlie Kirk's death before Candace did, before the country did, allegedly, which is wild considering he didn't even donate to Turning Point USA yet. And guess when the massive donation suddenly happened? Right after Charlie was, So why was this guy given advanced knowledge that the rest of the world didn't have? Remember those texts when Charlie said he felt like he was going to get, taken out? That matters a lot because Candace circled back to the Hamptons meeting where she confirmed that Netanyahu wanted to take Turning Point to the next level, and then Charlie said no. He also refused to let Bibi come on his podcast for PR cleanup stuff. And Candace alleges that the money actually traces back to Bibi Netanyahu, and after Charlie shot him down in the Hamptons, a different route was needed, so Pierre was that route. Now, Candace isn't whispering any of this. She's basically daring them. She literally said, "Sue me for defamation. I have proof." She also dropped another bomb. She claimed that she has strong evidence that Erika's whereabouts on September 10th don't add up. And she's not giving everything away at once because she's playing chess. She doesn't play checkers, you guys.
Candace released a long response about 17 minutes where she directly addressed Erika Kirk and the surrounding allegations. Her tone was firm, confident and strategic. Whether people agree with her or not, many viewers left she calm, prepared and controlled the narrative. On the other side, Erika Kirk has gained sympathy from some audiences who see her as being caught in political machine much bigger than her. One tied to Point US and Charlie Kirk influence. So, what is interesting here is not just who is right or not or wrong, but how political movements handle internet conflict when disagreements stay private. They are manageable, but when they become public, especially online, they expose crack inside movement that claim unity. For many Black Americans watching this unfold, there is also frustration. They are tired of seeing Black voice used, discouraged, or turning against each other within political space that promise empowerment but deliver control. So this moment is not about video, it is about trust, credibility, and who really benefits from these political platforms. So I still have another clips. Let's watch them. I come back with a comment.
Charlie and I had a disagreement which fractured my trust in him. He did something that he had never done before. He lied to my face about money. Now, in retrospect, I believe that the manner in which I discovered the lie might have been by design, but there's no need for us to delve into conspiracy when the facts are plenty enough. Charlie had taken a meeting down in Florida with Ike Perlmutter at Mar-a-Lago. It was a fundraising meeting. For whatever reason, he did not want me to know about this meeting, and that was strange. It was meant to be kept a secret. It was strange because we had always collaborated on and taken those sorts of meetings together. Anyway, I found out about it, and I decided to ask him casually as we were riding up an elevator at the Trump Hotel in D.C. I said to him, have you heard from Ike recently? And he looked me right in the face just as he was getting off on his floor. And he said, no, I haven't. I haven't heard from him in like 2 weeks. And I then said back to him, really, Charlie, because you had lunch with him yesterday at Mar-a-Lago. And I saw his stomach drop. His entire face looked, as if he was going down a roller coaster. He stuck his arm back in the elevator really quickly and tried to explain it away. He then pivoted toward an apology, but obviously the damage was done. And if I'm being honest, I was as hurt as I was shocked and confused by it because we were close. We did go back down to the lobby. We sat at a table and we talked. I don't even remember whether or not I was angry. I probably was. That does tend to be my choice emotion. But deep down, there was a part of me that knew that it was coming because of a lot of the new hires that were coming into Turning Point USA post Kanye tweet. Charlie had new people in his ear that were hijacking his ambition, making him believe that money was the truest measure of success. Charlie was a brilliant fundraiser. Everybody knows that, but he was also young. He was naive to what the wrong money could invite into his life. And I warned him. I warned him in that restaurant. I warned him specifically about Stacey Sheridan. Everything about her made my skin crawl. And I suspected she and Tyler had something to do with it. I also warned him about Schaefer Security and Dan Flood. You can check the text messages because you have them. And now I am left wondering, obviously, if Charlie had heeded my advice, if he would still be alive. I've also come to another realization that I missed at that time. Maybe the newest and the biggest influence in his ear. Who was that? Obviously, it was you. You were the newest and biggest influence in Charlie's life. You kind of all arrived at the same time. And you too, Erika, you lied to my face.
When Candace started the episode off with Dear Erika, I knew I wasn't leaving my seat after that. Y'all know me, I've been waiting for Candace to do an episode dedicated to that weird lady and actually addressing her, so I loved it. But what's crazy is that even after tonight, I feel like it still didn't even scratch the surface of the pain and hurt that Candace actually feels about this situation. Like literally throughout that whole letter, I know Candace is tough and all and she big dog, but I could literally feel a tear for her. Just for like knowing my best friend was betrayed by his wife. Now, in this open letter that Candace wrote to Erika, she talked about her and Charlie's friendship and how she was always able to notice when something was off. And she warned him a lot about the people that he was bringing closer and closer to Turning Point. And she even warned him about how all money ain't good money. She warned Charlie about Stacey, who was Erika's now right-hand woman. She warned Charlie about Charlie's security company that failed him on 9/10. She warned Charlie about Dan Flood. So I'm sure all of these things truly does eat at Candace at night, knowing that, she probably wished that she pushed even harder to just get Charlie to open his eyes to some of this stuff. The warning signs was there. The writing was on the wall. But I think the combination between his age and how much money he was making, I don't think Charlie really opened his eyes to see what was going on for real. Especially when you got your best friend, longtime best friend in your corner, like, bro, this ain't the move. Like, you going the wrong way. So for him to actually ignore that, yeah, that's tough. She went on to talk about how much hate she has received from the beginning of all of this from, online social media news coverages and all that. And she was expressing how hurt she felt knowing that Erika was the one that co-signed the whole thing. Erika was the one that gave these folks permission to do that. Erika was the one that orchestrated the whole thing. And she was hurt by that, knowing that Erika knows how close Charlie and her was. So the fact that Erika orchestrated all of that and made it seem like made it seem like Charlie and Candace wasn't even cool when Erika knew their true relationship, really broke Candace down. And I really felt her on that, because out of Charlie's personal corner, Candace was the only one that's riding for him, and still is, like out of his personal corner. So the fact that she was the only one and Erika gonna come out of nowhere and just start calling her crazy, and everybody calling her crazy, Erika co-signing this little hate train for Candace, man, that crazy work. Candace also talked about how there are many other text messages that she has not revealed that are terrifying, that would further prove that Charlie's life was in danger. But the sick part about it is that Erika has had his phone this whole time. She's been bragging about it. I got his phone, I got his phone. Okay, so if you got his phone and all of these text messages are in there and you haven't turned it over to the FBI once, the feds ain't got it once, you ain't came out and called out these people that have threatened your husband in these messages, you ain't said that not one time. She also talked about Charlie grabbing his wedding band the morning after sleeping in his daughter's room. And I think it's more to the story than that. I really do, because she jumped straight into something else. It's more to the story than that. It's the reason why I thought she was about to say Erika was having an affair. Something is going on with that, and that was a teaser. It may not be an affair, but it's something. Erika and Justin Strife also lied to Candace in that 4-hour meeting about knowing who Pierre is. They claim they didn't, but apparently, according to Candace's sources, they know exactly who Pierre is, which is the French businessman, billion-dollar businessman that has been trying to dump money in a Turning Point. According to Candace, it has been confirmed that Pierre had a deal on the table worth billions to go in the Turning Point. And then somehow he also was the first person to know that Charlie Kirk died. Now, what I think in my theory is that it has something to do with that live stream. Because y'all remember that campus event was live streamed. But to who? Because it wasn't to the public. Nobody can find it. I think that's linked some way. That's tied together. That whole event was live streamed for a reason. Somebody wanted to see and confirm that Charlie Kirk was killed. And I don't know who, and Pierre could be behind that. Then let's not forget to add that the deal that was worth billions on the table to Turning Point by Pierre was signed, sealed, and delivered after Charlie died. Knowing that this whole thing is backed by billions with a B is crazy. But one thing that I don't think any of them accounted for with narratives and how everything go down, I don't think they ever accounted for Candace to be a part of the equation. They had no idea this was going to happen. This is one thing that they can't control. This is one thing that they didn't have in the script. And I think that
At the end of the day, this situation remains as of one thing. Politics is not about policy. It is people, egos, and power. You don't have to pick a side blindly. The real question is, who is really being harmed, who is really being protected, and who is really being silenced? That's my take, guys, but I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about Candace Owens handle this fairly, or does this situation relevant deeper? Problem inside politics movement in America? Please remember that. Drop your thought in the comment, like the video. If you made the, if you feel like this video is good for you, please subscribe for more real conversation. Remember that here it is Erika's Take. See you in the next one. I love you guys.